Jane Pollard, right?
Yeah.
And Iain Forsyth.
Perfect.
Okay, very good. So thank you so much for being with us. And the first thing that I would like to ask you is, how did you have the idea for this movie?
Do you want to start?
I can. This film found us, not the other way around, or the subject found us. It was brought to us by our producer, Beth Earle, who had been talking to Marianne about a documentary, but a much more conventional one. And Beth asked us what we would do, and it was amazing because really quickly this idea blossomed, that we'd wanted to work with an older artist looking back over their whole career for a long time, and it gave us an opportunity to really kind of delve into that area. And so we put the idea to Marianne, and she was just really open. She's a true artist, so kind of open-minded and hearted. Yeah.
We heard a lot about Marianne through our friend Warren Ellis from Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, who'd been making an album of poetry recordings with music. So he'd been telling us a lot about working with her and what she was like in the studio, and I think they developed this very beautiful relationship. They were very, very close, and I think by the time we met her, we just felt so protective of her almost, that we really wanted to make sure her story was told as best as it could be.
Yeah. So there was a great connection between the three of you from the beginning.
Yeah, it felt like that.
I mean, maybe not from the very beginning.
The very beginning, it was very scary. She's a formidable person to get to know. But I think that we had quite a few friends in common, and she'd seen our work. And I think maybe her instincts told her to trust us. Good, because we can be trusted. We always want to collaborate with an artist and make something that feels of them, not just about them. Yeah.
How did you proceed actually with, say, the preparation of the movie? Did you start somehow writing something before, dealing with Marianne, or so how was the process?
I mean, our process for this type of film, a sort of documentary, is broadly similar for every film. We like to start with a period of shooting, so the film almost becomes two separate films. We did exactly the same with our Nick Cave film, 20,000 Days on Earth, where we interviewed Nick for 3 days prior to starting production on the film. So with Marianne, we spent 3 days together in a studio with George Mackay, who is the character that interviews her in the film. And we just talked, George talked, they talked through sort of, what would you say, 9 or 10 different sort of thematic ideas. And that was our way of doing sort of deep research, if you like. It allowed us to find out what ideas excited her, because you see it in her face straight away. When she's excited to talk about something, you know it. And, Marianne being Marianne, when she wasn't excited to talk about something, you knew it as well.
Yeah.
And that helped us shape what should be in and what should be out of the film.
There was quite an urgency because of her health. So it is a very challenging way to work, because it means our producer has to raise enough money to let us get in the studio very quickly and do those 3 days. But then we go into a period of edit where we're kind of cutting down what's working, and then we use those blocks to kind of be the spine of the film, and then we build everything else around it. Yeah.
When telling the story of such a great person, what is more difficult? Try to actually make a character stand out, or because it's a kind of person that many people would have known for many other reasons, not much for her career, or you can say that wasn't actually the thing that was highlighted. So what was the main thing for you, like that you wanted to stand out in this movie?
Wow.
Just the core of her.
Right.
You know, when it felt like we were close to the like a true essence, like a spirit of her. That's what we were after. It didn't really matter what she was talking about. I mean, I guess it did to her, and that's why she was relaxed and happy when we hit on certain topics and ideas. But it was finding a truth in her spirit, in her kind of energy, her character, and then there's a point where you've done enough of that, and then you start listening to the film, and the film tells you what it needs, and the kind of film starts to tell you what it is and what it isn't, and it.
Yeah, I think one of the incredible things though was, although she's been so many things, and it feels like in a way she's lived so many lives. One thing we began to realise was that you watch even some of the oldest archive when she was practically a teenager, right the way through to talking to her for the film and some of the much later interviews, and you just see the same woman over and over and over again. Actually, she never really changed fundamentally. She remained very true.
True to herself, very true to herself.
Which was incredible, you know, to see that just coming through this archive where the same character just returns over and over again throughout our entire life.
Yeah.
So she was really an icon of all the values that were represented in the period of her youth, we can say. So what did you actually bring with you from this experience? So what did Marianne left you?
Her attitude is what she left us, absolutely, and her devotion to her work. She defined herself, she evolved herself through the work that she made and through her kind of devotion to it. And maybe also, I mean, we know this, we've collaborated for 30-something years now, but to collaborate, to trust in the act of collaboration with people that you love and believe in, because that's how she made her work. And we're still discovering more and more musicians and artists who adore her. You know, they're willing to come out and play for the Lord when we're screening the film. She was just absolutely, loved as an artist, respected as an artist, Yeah,
and I think that's because she remained true to herself. You know, she never changed. She never allowed the world to change her. The world around her changed, and she stayed true to herself.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Lovely.